Hey guys, welcome back to another video on the Inside Spurs channel. Happy Thursday evening. Hope you're well, hope you've had a good day. Whatever you're up to today, you're at work, you're walking the dog, you're cooking some food, whatever it is, I hope you enjoyed it and it wasn't too stressful. And if you're going to the gym, make sure you work hard, all right? If not, you have me to deal with. Yeah, we've got a good video here, really reporting on the newest updates around Spurs and their interest in Chelsea midfielder Conor Gallagher, as well as some really promising news for a young Tottenham striker going out on loan, which I think is a really good thing. So plenty to get into, plenty to talk about. Just want to say, if you're new, subscribe. You're very much welcome to join us for the journey. I also want to say thanks a lot. We did hit 1.6 thousand or 1,600, whatever it is you want to call it. We hit that, I think it was over the night, last night. So thank you to everyone who has subscribed. And if you have subscribed recently, welcome. And let's talk Conor Gallagher anyway. And got a couple of bits really around this. So the first one came from Gary Jacob, who said that Conor Gallagher is wanted by Tottenham, although a deal is more likely in June. So the reason in my previous video, which by the way, if you haven't had a chance to watch it, you go back and you watch it after this. All right, finish this one off first. The reason why I talked about that very briefly in the last video and then obviously into this one is I said, well, look, Spurs need a centre-half. It looks like it's Dragusin. Spurs need an attacker. The two most notable attackers that we've been linked to so far are Samuel Illing Jr. from Juventus and Jota from Al Ittihad. And in midfield, we've been linked to Conor Gallagher, and I think that's really about it. I mean, look, we've been linked to, Arthur Vermeeren, but they talked about how the deal would be you buy him, you loan him straight back sort of thing to Royal Antwerp. So knowing that Spurs need a midfielder, knowing that we need a midfielder in this window, the January transfer window, there's no real substance to the area at the moment. Now, they potentially are going to give themselves a bit more time, maybe knowing that, well, look, we've got Bentancur back fit, Lo Celso's back fit, Maddison's not far off from being fit. You've still got Højbjerg, you've still got Skip, you've got Kulusevski who can go and play in the midfield if you need him to. You have options, which on one hand I do. It's not as dire as the centre-back situation. Ironic wording, I know. But at the same time, I don't want this to become, January 24th, Spurs have signed their midfielder. We shouldn't be letting it go that far. It should be at late, I would have wanted the deals to have been done max 3 weeks into the window, maximum. And you can tell by the tone that I'm taking, done earlier before that 3 week maximum. Ideally, I'd have wanted them done in the middle of January. And we're sitting on January 4th, where Dragusin looks like it should be done in the coming days. Where are Spurs going for their attacker and where are Spurs going for their midfielder? There's no real substance to who we are truly interested in. And potentially there might be a bomb that comes out of nowhere that we just truly didn't expect. We get them from time to time. I mean, Vicario was a very big one last summer. I mean, the summer previous, Basuma was the big one. So we do get a little bomb sometimes. And I'm going to have to hope that the bomb's coming in one of the attacker or midfielder positions, because so far, 4 days in, we don't know what's going on. We've got one out so far in Lloris. Dragusin looks like it's going to be the first one in. Yes, we still need to move players on, and potentially Perisic might go maybe just after February starts, because obviously the Croatian transfer window is mid-February, sorry. So they might leave that one to the last minute in February to wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Here you go, Hajduk Split, sort it this one out with us, blah, blah, blah. Gives you that space for someone else to come into that. Dyer maybe to go, Reguilon maybe. I mean, Reguilon's not really part of the squad anyway, but, that maybe. Højbjerg as well. And I still feel like Højbjerg might get used into the midfielder area where you sell him, you bring one in. Because I think you can get by for 3 games, knowing that Maddison will come back as well. You can get by, I think, for 3 games, moving Højbjerg, replacing Højbjerg. Because you've got Bentancur that can play the 6. You still have Skip. You'll have Højbjerg's replacement as well. You have Lo Celso that can probably play the 8 role if you truly needed. You still got Maddison, Kulusevski and Lo Celso for the other one, if not needed. So, yeah. Moving to what the Standard said about Conor Gallagher. They said that Chelsea are meanwhile willing to sell any of Ian Maatsen, Trevor Chalobah and Conor Gallagher, but realistically you need to raise at least 160 million to go for Ivan Toney. I assume that's FFP reasons. There is interest from Tottenham Hotspur in Gallagher, but the midfielder's preference is to currently sort his contract at Stamford Bridge, especially as Mauricio Pochettino has shown such faith in him. I mean, that doesn't surprise me. He's a Chelsea boy. He's a Chelsea boy. But if you can't sign a new deal with Chelsea, why is it? They pay good wages. They'd give you a long-term deal if necessary, probably. Obviously, I'm speculating. I'm not saying they would or wouldn't. They would or wouldn't. But also, I think people need to remember, yes, you have a contract with the club. And yes, to a degree, you can turn it down. But also, the club can make your life a living hell if they truly want you to leave. And when I think about Conor Gallagher's situation, they would sell Ian Maatsen, Conor Gallagher and Trevor Chalobah, you know, raise funds somewhere else as well, so they can get the striker. They would absolutely do that in a heartbeat, because they think that maybe that striker can take them back into the, you know, back into a top 4 race, you know, or more, you know. So I kind of have a feeling towards both that, yes, I can kind of see it maybe in the summer, knowing that he's got 12 months left on his deal and maybe you can sign him on the cheap. Maybe. Look, if he's not signed a contract by next summer, I think he is moving for sure. That's my guess, because Chelsea won't allow him to keep running this down and him go on a free. It'll be like the Mason Mount situation. They'll move you. And that's another good point. As much as you want to stay, and Mason Mount probably would have wanted to stay if the contract negotiations were going appropriately, which they didn't in the end, they will sell you. Simple as that. Let's finish off with the news of the youngster going out on loan. So the news of the youngster came from Fabrizio Romano, and he said that Tottenham under-21 talent Jude Soonsup-Bell could leave the club on loan in January, as attracting interest from Championship and League One clubs. Soonsup-Bell has had a great start to the season with 12 games, 9 goals and 5 assists so far. So look, I mean, 14 goal contributions in 12 games, that does no harm. You know, that's not too bad. I think we'd take that from any of our strikers. But from the Championship and League One, look, I think we've not had a really good track record of Championship loans this season. Obviously, Dane Scarlett's come back. I'd assume Dane Scarlett will probably be on the bench for the Burnley game tomorrow because of Alejo Valiz's injury. I would like to see him go to League One. I'd like to see him go to a decent League One team as well. Don't, you know, not to the bottom of the table, but, you know, mid-table to the playoffs in above, you know, because he's scoring goals. And actually, the way we look at it is, yes, we lose the Valiz to injury. Well, look, ironically, recalling Scarlett replaces him because he wasn't getting minutes at Ipswich anyway, so you're better off recalling him. Okay, we send Soonsup-Bell out on loan because it makes sense to get at least another youth player, a little bit of loan time. And I like it. I really like that move. I think there might be even maybe more to go out on loan, to be honest, because it's League One and Championship football is physical, it's intense, it's invaluable experience for a youth player. It really is. If they get the right place, right location, it is super invaluable for a youth player to get that kind of minutes and regularly get 60, 70, 80, 90 minutes every single week. The development is really, really intense after that, you know. So plenty to talk about there. Yeah, to give you a heads up on tomorrow, I will be doing my loan roundup for tomorrow morning as well. Also, that will coincide with a weird transfer rumour that I've seen. I won't talk about it now. I'm going to talk about it in that video because I'm going to have to bulk it out. We've lost 2 guys off of loan and we've still got Tanganga who doesn't play. So the loan roundup might be a little bit quick tomorrow. But yeah, still we'll do that and get it out for tomorrow morning. But anyway, guys, at the end of the video, hope you did enjoy this one. Drop a like on the video if you did. Hit me in the comment section below your thoughts of it about the 2 reports around Conor Gallagher, Spurs, Chelsea, weird triangle that we've got going on right now. Obviously, the Soonsup-Bell